Hey guys, welcome back to the land of the Pharaohs. I am Sajuuk and we are going to be heading on into Abedju in this part, the necropolis, and I believe this is the building mission, and this will properly close out the archaic period for these videos. So let us head on in.
Abedju, the burial place of our forefathers, has grown over the years into a sprawling necropolis of sacred tombs. Now, most noble men and women wish to make this their eternal resting place. To honor them, the new pharaoh Khasekhemwy of the Second Dynasty has ordered the construction of 3 sacred mastaba tombs, one of greater size than the other 2, for the local nobility. Pharaoh has also ordered the creation of a powerful navy based at Abydos. Abedju, too, must support a modest fleet of combat ships if our shores are to remain totally secure. This will not be easy, as timber is scarce and our climate supports only a few sparse areas of forest. Cedar may be imported at great cost from Abydos in the land of Lebanon to the northeast. Fortunately, exports of our native papyrus will provide a means of offsetting this expense.
Well, quite a lot of information to find out, but one thing we can look at is that we are on the Challenge of the Sea in Abedju. We've got basically the same population as Abydos, but slightly higher ratings. Prosperity rating of 25, kingdom rating of 60. A little bit of a higher culture rating here because we do need to provide some additional buildings. And quite a heavy monument rating, but they look as if they're small monuments. 2 small mastabas and 1 medium mastaba, which is okay. Playing on hard mode, of course. Let's head to the city. And the majority of this you've seen in the other videos, so I won't really read through too much of this. Conducted by river. Now it's got plenty of fish. Build a shipwright, etc, etc. I think, yes, this one will tell you about how to make bricks. So, bricks are a somewhat less expensive building material used in the creation of certain types of tombs. To make bricks, you need a brickworks and supplies of clay and straw, neither of which we can get on this map, which is going to be a pain. So if we just slow time down and pause, let's have a look. So we have rather a large map space. There's a lot of rock here, though. It's sort of going to get in the way of building nice housing blocks, but we do have a bit of space here. We could do maybe one smaller block and maybe another block up here or something. But I'm looking at this coastline and liking it. There's a lot of space. Unfortunately, we can only grow barley and flax, so we are going to have to import multiple food types. A little bit of reeds here, and all the reeds, of course, like in Abydos, the reeds are on the other side, so we are going to have to cross, but there's space there to put down things. A lot of floodplain here. I might even set up a bit of the city over on this side, because there's a lot more floodplain to be found here. Although the cheaper option is just to set up a bunch of farms along here, and then a little bit in this space here. We don't really need a lot, because it's only production farms rather than stuff. We are going to have to build this. Now, one weird thing about this mission, I think this mission was designed to come a bit later in the game. If you look here under the military tab, you can build an academy. Now, you're not supposed to be able to build this until Buhen in the Old Kingdom's a bit halfway through. So for the interest of playing the game properly, I am not building an academy. So my working theory on that is that the developers were going to put this later on, but it ended up a bit earlier, and they did disable the building. You can also build dentists, and that's going to be required to get the culture rating up. Only one god, just Osiris on this map, so I think if we can import multiple food types, I believe we can. If we have a look here, we can import game meat from Newt. Quite a lot of stuff from it. I don't know where they got the granite from, because I don't remember granite being there. Chickpeas we can import, figs we can import, and we can also import wood, of course. We'll have to import some wood, but we start with a heck of a lot of cash, 10,000. I'm not too sure what housing block design I'll go for. Probably I'll go for a block that goes like that, so there's a lot more housing, and maybe another little small one up here. I can't do big blocks like I did on Abydos of all of these rocks going right through the centre of this area. If these rocks weren't here, I'd be able to get a nice big block right here, but unfortunately no. What can we do? We can only get reed gatherers, but we can make our own beer and linen, so at least we can set up a big export industry based on that. 900 to sell pretty much everything. But Ed buys a shit ton of linen. Can we import gems on this map? No. so we can't make jewellery, which would be really good import-export. Well look, I'm going to go and plan out the housing block, because it's going to take a bit of planning. I think I'll plan my first block down here. I won't do a big one, I'll just do a smallish, compact one. And I think later I'll put up another little block up here, and I'll have 2 independent communities. Don't think I'll cross the Nile, I don't really want to. I prefer building everything on this side of the river. In fact, the only bit I'll cross over to is this for the reeds. So yeah, I'll go and plan out this city, and I'll come back in once I've done it. Okay, this is what we're going for. So I've gone for a bit of an L-shaped, well, it's sort of an L-shaped block with sort of a heart design behind it. It is sort of based off of Gamerzak's heart block, but a little bit longer. And honestly, it just looks a little bit nicer because it's got the houses on the outside rather than on the inside. I don't like putting houses on the inside because there's a lot less space in this bit than there is on the outside. You could get a heck of a lot more housing here. Now, because of the fact that papyrus is only exportable by land, that is the only trade route. I'm just going to have the yard for it stored down here, but you can see here I've set up 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 flax farms because we can sell, I think, 6,500 linen, which is a lot. One of them is a water trade route, which is why I put it here, because right there is where I'm going to put the dock, and it just means he doesn't have to go too far to get the stuff. I can even put the linen storage yard right there. Now, I did have a bunch of houses, you will have just seen that at the end of that fade. There was houses here that I did delete because I did end up having to put this in because of that loop. But I think we should be fine, I hope. It should all work out just nicely, so I'm just going to make sure that there's a firehouse and an architect's post here. These houses can touch both sides. I did have to put in a little bit of feeder housing. I don't think I'll bother glorifying it, it'll be too dragged down. But I put down 2 reed gatherers here and a water crossing. This isn't going to work. I will actually turn off the reed industry for now because this is not connected. I want to save the money for now. But I do know there are early requests for certain goods, so we're going to speed up time. Just allow people to move in. So I'm going to have this big block here and probably just a small little block up here which will support warships and the military. Not going to cross an Nile in any shape or form apart from down here. I don't see the point of crossing an Nile when we've got all the space we need here. In terms of a military, I might set up a small one. Mostly going to just be archer for it, so it's cheaper. And we don't really need anything too big. I mean, the last mission wasn't that big. We are just going to make sure that the infrastructure is priority 1. I'll make sure nothing burns down. This space right here is where the pavilion could go. Having this little gap avoids any problems with spawners. Seems to mess up. How am I going to let this run? We're going to let the people move in, and I'll come back in once we've got our first harvest of flax before the season ends. I don't think we will, but I'll come back in a bit later once all this is moved in. Well, we've got 500 people in our city now, which is good. I did have some problems with this dude here. I did have to roadblock here because he was going up, down, and not really getting around the loop. But I had to shorten it as well to force him to do, basically, his destination walker to go around the whole block. Otherwise, he wasn't getting around it, because he's only got like a really short walk distance, I can't remember. Anyway, over here I have set up the papyrus industry. I've also put in a few houses here just to try and get this going as well. Yeah, I'll just put that there. I will have to put down maybe the odd work camp as well. Like maybe a couple of work camps to exploit that. See, if he comes down here, he'll probably turn back, which is very annoying. If he goes around this way, he'll take the whole walk, but I'm not too sure about what happens if he'll go this way. Might do the same. But I'll keep an eye on it. I did have to, as I say, shorten the loop. We have quite a bit of unemployment. Besides, it's furious. I did give him a temple. Let's just get him happy right now without any thinking about it. I can put down 2 shrines there. That'll keep him happy. I don't want the gods upset at this early stage. So we're producing plenty of flax. Let's just put down all the weavers we're going to need. That should be more than enough. So it's quite a heavy trade mission. I've spent nearly the majority of my funds and not really got a source of income going yet, which is not helpful. Gods are upset, it's okay. That is quite a bit of papyrus. Let's put down a papyrus yard here. And we will stockpile it. And once I've got quite a bit of money, I will open up this trade route to Timna. It's going to be quite expensive. Strange how that's more expensive going there than it is going down here. It's about 750 going down here. I don't understand some of these trade things, to be honest. It's kind of annoying. Anyway, I am actually just going to reduce tax rate to 0. It keeps people happy. So yeah, I'm going to let this run. I'm going to come back in once we've got our first flax harvest and I've opened up the trade route to Timna. Okay, so we have had some employment issues with these things. They are saying poor access to workers and just sort of not always getting them. I'm not too sure. They should be able to touch these houses. I'm not too sure why that is, but for now, we're going to spend the remainder of our cash and open up this trade route to Timna. And we are going to sell all of that papyrus that we've managed to make. We've made a heck of a lot. And this is filled up to the brim with flax. There's still like 440 still available, which is pretty good. So we should be able to sell out the entirety of this. Hopefully this doesn't run out of workers. I may have to maybe bulldoze this papyrus maker and replace it with some houses. I'm not sure. I really don't like the idea of feeder housing at all. I just don't think it's an appropriate way. I just wish I could sort this. Maybe if I just don't have this intersection, just let them go round. I don't really need a thing there, to be honest. Let's just put that there. You should always be able to touch houses whichever way you go without that intersection. I hope, again. I mean, I can easily put some houses here just to sort of keep it nice and stable. We'll just put down the apothecary and police station there, and we'll put down a petition just across the road. That should keep them at least accessible, and if I can, I'll try to evolve this, which will help. Now, I'm concerned about food. I want to get some food in the city. Are these people coming down? They are. 2 traders are going to buy up all this beautiful papyrus that we are going to be able to use in this mission, so I will have to set that up. And I'm concerned that this guy is getting confused by this intersection again. What I can do is actually just roadblock that there, and I'll put the intersection in the loop. I'll put it like down here or something rather than there. It means I can just fill this up with houses, which will look a bit nicer, to be honest. So we're going to sell off all this papyrus and make a heck of a lot of cash. What? He just disappeared. What the hell? Okay, well, I'm going to sell some papyrus. He just vanished for no reason. How much did you buy? 800. So for whatever reason, that first caravan didn't buy anything. I don't get it. Anyway, we've spent a whole year, and we've not got any flags. We've only got a little bit of papyrus, but we are going to start feeding the populace, I think. 4 of those should be enough. Let's just accept fish here. Poor inundation this year, it's not going to be too good. Just roadblock that there. Because I'll have a granary right here, and this will provide our food for this area. 4 of those should be more than enough, and we've got plenty of papyrus. This is all nicely stockpiling as well. Let's just put a well right there. Hopefully you'll all evolve. Let's just speed up. Yep, you've all evolved. Just the papyrus maker causing problems, but we can solve that. How's our gods doing? Congenial, that's good. I think when I get more workers, I will turn on the flax industry, well, the linen industry, after I sold more papyrus. So yeah, we're going to sell more papyrus here, which is good in the new year, and we're really maxing this out quite a bit. 2 of these is more than enough. Okay, so I'm going to let this run. I'm going to come back in once we're starting to feed this little housing block. Well, that's an interesting notification. The monsoons in Africa are expected to come, so this is indeed a blessing, for the likelihood of a bountiful flood is quite high. Consult the nilometer periodically, blah blah blah. I do know that results in requests for beer, so I'm probably going to get shouted at by Pharaoh for not dispatching his beer, but that's okay. We have set up a bit of a fishing industry. We're getting that nicely fed now. 700 has gone into there, so that should all feed up quite nicely. And we are making our linen, which is selling. I have had to turn off the papyrus industry because we had maxed out by March. It was so profitable that we maxed out pretty quickly. Why have you spawned over here? There is no reason for you to be spawning in this area. This game at times drives me nuts with these spawning guys. It's annoying. One there. And another one there. That's not too difficult. So we are going to evolve the housing, which is good, so I'll get more people in. I can put down a few beautifications, I think. I'll just put down a few statues here. I don't really need to do a shrine wall because there's only one god to keep happy. I might do a little bit of a shrine wall on this little side here, it'll probably do, but it's all going to just be the same statue, or the same shrine, which is pointless. Now I'm going to set up when the floods come back, which are now, which is good. Timing. Actually, I'm just going to... Yeah. Because Pharaoh seeks to honour the deity, Pharaoh is planning a great festival to Osiris in Mennefer, and we've got to send 800 flasks of beer. That's not good timing because I don't have any barley being produced. We're going to just dump down a few here. Since we've got no irrigation, we're just going to have to dump these as best as we can. Let's just do... let's just do that. That'll do, but we'll just connect up. Let's do that. Just roadblock it there, and that's unfortunate because some people have just gone out there. Unfortunately, we will just move some of these buildings around just to free up the space a little bit. Not like I need to, but it doesn't matter. So we're going to get some barley production going because we really need it. We're short by quite a bit of employment, but that's okay. Beer sold via land and water trade. Actually, all of the beer is via land trade routes, so that's okay. We can just put this anywhere, really. I'm just gonna... I'll leave that there, that'll do. Just put that there, you can accept beer. Don't think I'll meet that request unless I produce a shit ton and very quickly. And the flood came up there, so we're not going to get a big supply of barley, but we can get quite a decent amount if we just put down a few brewers like this. Yeah, I suppose if I just cover this area in barley, it'll be fine. So these needs access to entertainment. Unsure about that request. I'm going to actually turn off these brewers because they're not going to do anything and they're just a waste of workers. The years reset, these are going to buy up thingies, but I have to wait for the housing to evolve. So what I'll do is I'll let this run. I'll come back at the end of the year unless something happens. Unfortunately, I was not able to produce the 800 beer in time for the festival, so unfortunately they're going to be a bit upset. Unfortunately, they are starting to produce it now, but this is only just taking all this time to produce that. But I have got it running anyway, so at least that helps. Meanwhile, we are getting these up to at least ordinary cottage by putting down the pavilion and basically a juggler. To evolve the many hires is going to require that I import clay to produce pottery or just import the pottery straight up, but it's probably easier getting the clay imports. I mean, I can import literally infinite clay. I can get 4,000 from Perwadjet, 4,000 from Newt, 4,000 from Bidet, and 4,000 from Timnas. So I can get, what's that, 16,000 clay a year. So I can import all the clay I need. I don't need to import pottery. That's well more than enough. If I have a little bit of a... What I'll have is probably the monument... I'm going to have the monuments here. One there, because that looks nice. Maybe another one there, the bigger one in the centre, and the rest of this can just sort of be industry as necessary. Meanwhile, we are producing all the papyrus become. I've not got the industry on for this, so this is just going to run out. Which is unfortunate. We will send off this beer though very soon. We're selling meagre amounts of flat linen here. We are going to need to have that later to evolve the housing up to the required level. Yeah, that's just got all the flax. That's the beginning of the year, so they've all reset. Let's just sell all of this in one go. Beer's coming in. That's 1, 2, 3. Yes, that'll be another 500 in a bit. Let's put down 1. In fact, see this? I'm just gonna... You're gonna get upset anyway by whatever I do, so let's just... I'm not too sure. I want to keep this house at a higher level, but I don't think I can, so... Let's just do 6, 7, 8. You're gonna play spawn there and get stuck, but that's okay. Let's just actually delete that roadblock. We don't need it. They can go any which way and they'll get workers, which is fine. Unfortunately, this grind is sort of making it difficult to put things there. Anyway, there's the beer. We'll send it off late. Probably not going to do anything, but hey, who cares? We've got pretty much maximum fish. We've got all the fish we need. We don't need to worry about that right now. How can you have no workers? There's literally a house right there. This game at times really gets on my nerves, but never mind. But I'll sell off all this papyrus as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this run. I'm going to come back in a bit later if something important happens, because at this point I just need to keep the city stable and let it run. Okay, so we're being asked to send off 1,000 beer to this festival of Osiris. I'm pretty sure it's triggered by that perfect flood thing. We've got plenty of beer. Now, you can see here I put up a little bit 9x9. It's not going to be perfect because there's the map edge is right there, otherwise we're going to put the 3 tiles of housing in. But for now, that's going to be okay. It's giving us unemployment, which is exactly what we want. We're going to put down a yard here to accept bricks. Because I know we're going to get gifts of bricks. It's basically the game telling me that I need to build the monument. So there you go, you can have that down. This little expenditure here is just to be for more brewers if I really need them. I don't think I will, but if I need them, then I need them. It just means that there's plenty of intersections, but they should all reach these houses at least. That's the papyrus out, which is good. I can just actually turn back on this thing because I've got plenty of workers. This will be fed, don't worry, this will be fed. Not sure if I need to go up to the top level actually with the population being the way it is. Because the population target's actually really low. It's only like, what, 2,500? Even that block on its own would suffice. I did notice that the fire risk was going up quite a bit in some of these houses. Probably the fire guy here was getting lost in this little bit, so I have added an additional firehouse just to make sure nothing gets out of hand. I do not want the whole city to burn. At all. Most of these are fine. I did delete a house there just because it was burning almost. So yeah. At this point I just need to really let this run. I will feed this block, don't worry. I just don't have the employment to sink into it yet. I may set up a bit of a brickworks, I think. Let's just put down 2... Oops, invisible people. Let's just put that down. Let's just sync up some employment. All the flags is finally getting used up, which is exactly what I want to see. And we're going to get a gift shortly, which is good. All this is active. There's actually a bit more barley production potential here, so I'm actually just going to put... Can I get a road? There I can. And I'll put down an extra flax farm just there. We don't want tons of beer, but we've got plenty. We can actually sell this now, actually. Forgetting about it. I'm not sure where I'll set up the pottery industry, probably just down here, it'll do. The other part of that's going to be connected to a dock, which is also going to import clay as well, which is not very helpful when you need bricks. I'll probably have bricks disconnected and have it up here. I'll think of something. Just to stop things from being a pain, because I don't want things to be too problematic. So I'll go and think about that. I'll start importing clay, making a little bit of pottery. I will probably need to import pottery, or maybe just evolve this housing over here. And then I'll think about all that and I'll come back in once we have got started on making bricks. Okay, so we're importing clay here to make pottery, which is going to be used to level up this housing block. Now, if we have a look over here at my 9x9, I have provided with access to fish. It's not going to evolve any higher because it needs entertainment. But I think this should be more than enough to provide the population, so we are just going to need to... Well, I was going to make bricks, but really the effort of getting the bricks is far too much. I can just import it much easier. And I don't really want to stuff up the trade routes too much. Now, we can import 4,000 from there and 4,000 from there, but I'm going to open to Newt because it's cheaper. This is actually the only map that Newt is a trade powder in, which is great. I'm just going to import bricks. Yes, I need to put a dock because it's not there, but there you go. You don't buy anything though, which is a problem, but... You know, let's just open up to the debt and sell more linen. Because, well, you're buying too many things, so you're not buying enough linen, and that's causing us problems with money. Which we don't want to see. I think this will probably be enough. We don't really need to evolve them too high. Once the food starts to go through this place, it'll be fine. I'll just put down a couple of warships if I need them. The invasions start really late in the scenario, so it's fine. So we'll just let the bricks sort of pile up in this yard. This will get access to people soon. These two just went right past without doing anything because this guy's got no employment, which is unfortunate. But it's fine, they'll come and trade. 900 beer, that's fine. Let's just send that off. We've got more than enough. And you'll gift me bricks very soon anyway, so that's okay. You're not evolving because I've just realised we haven't provided a conservatory yet. Where would I put the other small mastaba? I could just actually... nah, I don't want to put it there because it's just sort of gamey to put it there. And if I put it there, that's just a bit too close. I mean, I suppose I could just have a little gap and then have the bigger one there. Tempests. Storms are raging and rough waters threaten to tear trading ships apart. It could be months before the winds come and merchants dare to risk their cargo again. And therefore we can't trade by water. Well, that's just shit. We did sell off 2,200 linen to Bedet. 2,000 we've maxed out timber, that's fine. Let's actually just up our linen capacity. We've got plenty of barley in stockpiles, so let's just put down 1, 2, 3, 4. We can just add an extra one of these, that'll do. And we can just add in, we've got, what's this, quite a bit of flax, let's just put down 3, 4, there. Let's just max out our trading capacity on this map. I want to make a lot of money. We've got our target population. We are going to have to provide some more jugglers, so I will have to provide some entertainment to these people. No unemployment problems. I could probably sync that with warships, to be honest, and import some wood from Byblos. Okay, so I'm going to let this run. Yeah, they've got employees, that's fine. You should be able to access people. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. Actually, we're just going to put that roadblock back because it's just causing problems. Local conditions are improving. Good. Alright, so I'm going to let this run and I'm going to come back in once the first mastaba is complete. Okay, so the mastaba is almost done. We did have a little bit of a devolution here, I think. I think it just ran out of access to proper entertainment. These houses are all evolving into spacious apartments. We could evolve them further, but I don't see the point in this mission. Mainly because it achieves nothing, to be honest. It doesn't actually achieve anything. There's no goal of having a certain amount of housing on this map, so let's just put that dance school there. Sort of cluttering this area a little bit. So what access do you have? Jugglers. Okay, for some reason you don't have a musician, okay. I don't understand that, because the musician... it's because she keeps coming down this way and despawning before she reaches there. That's a pain. Well, I'll probably do when the mastaba is done. There we go, the mastaba has been completed, which is good. I'm actually just going to put that there, and that right there, and I'm going to roadblock you there, and you should be able to provide access to some of the houses. I've sort of increased our flax production as well. We're not really getting enough flax. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, well, 8. Actually, that last one might as well not exist. Just put that as a flax farm. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Sorry for that random minimize. Again, the game is randomly minimizing on me. I hate that bug and I really wish it wouldn't happen, but there we go. So as I was saying, we have got a few more flax farms. I've got like 9 flax farms. And yeah, I mean, this trade route to Timna can't buy everything. It's buying beer and papyrus before it even gets to linen. So it's a good thing that we are selling linen to Bedet. It helps. I'm not too sure what else we could do to speed up production here. We could probably add another thing somewhere. Maybe down here I could just add another thing to get bricks. I don't know. These houses are starting to evolve back up again. When they actually bought to get access to stupid dancers outside the thing, as always. 3,000 people, that's more than what we need. We need to provide access to dentists though, so we are just going to put down a dentist in that corner. Should be enough. Meanwhile, we are going to get started on the next small mastaba. We'll just put it there. You'll go and clear that out, which helps. And there wasn't unemployment, no unemployment problems. If I need to, I will evolve this block by providing with a little bit of getting pottery. But other than that, I'm not going to do too much more than this. I think that's more than enough. In fact, what I'll do is 6 months. Oh, forgot about that beer request. Let's just send that off. I'll just do 2 warships, and the rest up here can just be fishing wharfs. Just roadblock here, and I'll put down an extra firehouse and architect's post just here. And we'll just put down extra fishing wharfs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just don't seem to be getting enough, which is okay. I'm going to cut back on some of these weavers, it's not helpful. Let the flags come in first. I think that's more than enough. If we don't go here, that's fine. I don't really want to sort of... I mean, there is a space to put a bridge here, but that's useless because that's reliant on this flood. Anyway, I'll let this run. I'll come back in a bit later when the second mastaba is done. Okay, so Timna is going to buy more beer, which is going to increase our sales exponentially. Also to note is that there's an event here in August 2676 where Neat is going to trade more linen, but if you look at their thing, they don't even do, it doesn't do anything because they don't actually buy linen or even sell it. So effectively a redundant event. This is going well. I have opened up a trade route to Byblos to import some wood for these warships because the unemployment was getting a little high and I didn't really want to just build industry for it. Not really a cost-effective way of dealing with it. Mostly seem to be okay. I mean, I suppose I could just put down the village palace here and tax people. It's probably the easiest way of going about it. We can put the tax rate up to 5%. It's okay. We break even basically. We sort of import a lot but export enough that it covers our expenses, so it's fine. And we've got plenty of fish. A couple of warships will help anyway if we do get attacked for whatever reason. I highly suspect we will not, but that's by the by. We're selling plenty of linen. There's the wood gone in. There we go. It's fine. I suppose I could also put a school down and just sort of evolve these up to common residences. Run a pottery. I suppose you'll stabilise when you get access to a school, so let's just make sure there's at least 400 in stock. We can't even export enough to Timna now. We're sort of maxing that trade route out, even with the beer sales, so yeah, at this point it really is waiting. Let's just speed this up. They're sort of devolving and re-evolving, which is annoying. There's some bricks, which is good. Second type of food, I don't think I really want to provide that, but are you going to evolve? Apparently you haven't got the space to evolve. Let's see. I'm not sure how the house evolved that way, but let's just delete that and let it re-evolve, and that can just be a single little house there. That'll do. That looks nicer. They just need access to more food. Apparently the desirability of this is so bad. Jeez. We could just plaster the outside road though. That'll do. I suppose I could put a little seated one like that. Not that one there. I'll put that one in. And I'll just do a few cats just to... one. Keep doing this, I keep going too far. There. Let's just do a couple of cats to enter here. So they do need a second type of food. I'm not going to bother providing that. We have more than enough people in the city. All our goals are met. I just have to build the monument. So this will be built shortly because we've got all the bricks in stockpiles. We'll just let this run. Hopefully the people will provide the bricks in time. Just a few more bricks needed. And there's that one done. So that's the two small ones done. We've got a couple of warships anyway. I can always put another one up there if needed. And yeah, so I'm going to let this run. I'm going to come back in once the medium mastaba is nearly complete. Well, look at that. In October 2671 BC, we have been notified that in 16 months we will be attacked by a Nubian army. This is a really pathetic invasion. Now, I could, since we have some unemployment, I am just going to do this. I'm going to put down a recruiter somewhere. I'll just dump a recruiter over here. That'll do. That might affect the desirability of this location. I hope not. We're going to set you to get a quarter pottery. I want to make sure there's enough. Yeah, you're not really affected. That's okay. And we'll let you buy pottery at least. And I'll just put down... I mean, we've got shit tons of cash. I'll just put down 2 archer forts and you can just train up archers. I'm not going to do this little exploit with this academy because really you're not supposed to have it at this point in the game, so I'm just going to ignore that slide, pretend it was never there. We could get a gift request for beer and such, so there was also a request from Newt for famine. They needed some fish. I sent that over quite easily. A lot of trade ships backing up here, which is not good, but there's we're getting plenty of gifts of bricks, which helps. I can't expect they will be here too long that we will end up losing the battle, but hey, it may happen. Anyway, so I'll let this run and I'll come back in when we've finished this mastaba, or when the invasion happens. Well, in 1 month we are going to be invaded by a Nubian army. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to complete this in time. That came a lot quicker than I was expecting. But we do have a few archers on hand, which are going to help. Alongside these. I'm pretty sure some of these are going to get destroyed, but we'll see what we can do. I think they land on this side, so if they land there, that's even better. Don't have to worry so much about the invasion then, but we will see where they come from. Have a little bit of combat. Yeah, it's like one transport and a single warship. Is there even any point discussing this? This is so pointless. And these archers will attack as well, which helps. Yeah. That wasn't too difficult. One single transport which was killed off very easily. And one warship, so it's not really too much. It does come on quite late into the scenario. But yeah, I thought I might as well show it to you. I think we also got a request for beer there. No, we got the gift. Also, there was another raise. There was 2 raises in the mission. And now we have to pay 43 demons for the wages, which is quite extreme. So this is the game sort of telling me that I need to finish quickly. We should be able to get enough bricks in from import. 2,000 bricks, that's easy enough to do. Next trade vessel that comes round should be able to sell that. Yeah, we do have a couple of houses just randomly devolving, but I'm not too bothered by that. This devolved, so we have enough unemployment to do for this mission. So, who's this? This is Bedet. That's not very helpful. Who's this? Newt, who's going to sell me a couple of hundred bricks. Well, a few bricks anyway. Perfect Flood, that's another. Actually, we don't even need to import now. So I'm going to stop importing bricks. We don't need to do that, because that Perfect Flood's happened, which means we'll just get a gift of bricks. So we've effectively won. So I'll come back in once the mastaba's done. Okay, here comes the last load of bricks. It doesn't actually say that here. I think this is just a bug about how the bricks are laid. But there you go, there's the last set of bricks. Even though the game said that they'd already been all delivered. But anyway, the mastaba is complete and we have now won the mission. So let's just have a quick look. So we have the 3 monuments right in the centre. That looks really nice in front of this area. Although it sort of makes this look as if this is a dead zone. If you get what I mean. All our industry right here in this little bit here. Selling pretty much everything. We're also taxing, so we make a shit ton of cash out each year. We didn't need to import that much either, so that helped. And then this sort of little minor block up here, providing access to warships and our military. Just a minor bit of military on this map, and of course we had over here the little feeder area, the little peasant village almost, supplying access to the reeds. So when the month ticks over and the monuments are recognised as 1, we will win this mission. And we actually got max kingdom rating, which is pretty good. The quality of housing is not going to go any higher. We can't get higher than 35. No mortuaries. We get that later, so don't worry. I believe we get that in Saqqara, which is the second mission of the Old Kingdom. Anyway, we have won the mission. Let us proceed.
Pharaoh smiles at your accomplishments. You have made the most of what the river and sea have to offer, defending our borders with a small but capable fleet of ships. You have also honored the nobility by providing them with tombs to house their bodies.
Indeed we did. We built 2 small mastabas and a medium mastaba. I hope that lasts for a long time. Nah, it won't really. So we completed that in 215 months. It's quite long. It did take quite a bit of time, but that's okay. The monuments do take a while. I could have sped up by importing straw, but that didn't make a difference. Fairly good ratings there. So yeah, that was Abedju. That is the last mission in the Archaic period. If you want to head to Salima Oasis, click on the card on the left. But if you want to look at the more peaceful option of just building a city, let's go to Abu. It's on the right hand side there. You can click on that card. And that it will be that. I will see you in the next video where we're going to go into the Old Kingdom. Bye folks.